Hi, my name is Ilaria Marelli. I'm an architect, designer and lecturer at design universities. My professional activity mostly consists of designing for companies in the design and fashion sector. The consulting services offered by my studio include art direction, which can then consist of corporate identity projects, product design, I'm sitting now on one of my creations, exhibition design, concept stores and retail stores. We deal with everything related to the narration of a company on how it presents itself and tells its story, both internally and to the end customer. Today, I want to guide you through the methodology I adopt for the development of exhibit and retail project. Especially, I will examine the exhibit formats developed for Pitti Immagine, the reference trade fair for the men's and children fashion sector. The collaboration with Pitti Immagine began in 2006 with the Butterfly Garden project and is still going on. Talking about the design process, it always starts with the customer listening phase, establishing the what, for whom and why of the project without forgetting timing and budget. After the initial part, there comes a research and exploration phase that focuses on the client's identity, potential and target market. This is followed by a study of the project's target consumers. Along with this specific analysis, a broader search for inspiration in topics of comparable interest is conducted. It is integrated with an investigation of the architectural space and environment in which the project is located. All of this knowledge is utilized to support the generation process. Quick mock-ups are used to better evaluate the idea's feasibility in terms of both space and cost, as well as the client interest. The project development team finally reaches a more defined stage after going through a number of steps, always developed in a collaboration with the clients and any related suppliers. The final proposal is then created, field-tested, and when necessary and possible, implemented in use. Each of these phases can be developed according to the client's needs and timing. The timelines of exhibition design must adhere to a very strict time schedule, notably in the fashion sector, with its 6-monthly presenting cycle. In the specific case of my partnership with Pitti Immagine, the range is 2 months, including the initial brief, the different revision, the executive development and the realization, and this implies a very tight structuring of the project development. With Pitti Immagine, I always worked on projects that included multi-brand exhibition section. This kind of projects are characterized by a format identity with seasonal specificities and varied degrees of personalizations. When we start to design a format, it is crucial to establish a platform of recurring physical, visual and interactive components. This platform acts as the foundation of the format's identity. To increase the flexibility of the format, a number of aspects that can change from edition to edition have to be listed along with the method in which they can change. These rules are the ones that help to build a degree of freedom of the platform itself. It's a challenging job because you have to respond to different customers with different needs and purposes. The trade fair organization, which is the direct interlocutor, the exhibiting brands, who are the customer in the field, plus the visitors to the event, the end users. The Pitti Bimbo apartment area, developed under my art direction, was one of the most paradigmatic. It was 1,200 square meters for an average of 15-20 exhibitors. We conceived a common pathway, entrance, lounge, bar, where we could develop an impactful storytelling related to the theme of the edition, flanked by the exhibition rooms, where this storytelling was softened to leave the space for personality of each participating brand. In this case, it was essential from edition to edition to stage a clear and recognizable concept, often summarized in one word and one image: Quartz Radiant Magibox. This concept was then developed consistently with the lighting design: natural artificial, diffuse punctual, white colored, from above, from below, also accompanied by a sound project to create an emotional environment. In order to involve users and participants in a way that was always unique from edition to edition, the work on material, colors, graphics and styling, whether more or less realistic or abstract, as well as the design of the interaction with visitors, then contributed to creating the physical and experiential identity of the space. Because a project only succeeds when users and consumers take ownership of it and feel like it is their own space, this project has also steadily grown in response to the unique requirements of the participating brands and their capacity to customize their private environment.